What up? Going on with y'all, man?
Good.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up with y'all?
Chilling.
All right, What up? What going on, man? With y'all, man?
Bro,
Good.
Let me What up? What up? What up? What up with y'all?
Chilling.
Let me exit out of that. I bet. Let me get into it. We're gonna get right into it. We ain't gonna waste no time. Make sure everybody in here. Got some people on the YouTube as well.
what's good, my boy? You know
What
I had
up,
to tap
bro?
in.
What up? What up? I got people on the YouTube as well, on live as well. So again, basically the way we're gonna run it, way I'm gonna run it is basically I'm gonna just go over kind of reason why I did this, why I wanted to do this, in the sense of this stream right here. A little bit about what the prop firm I am trading on, and then what we trade, my strategy, and then I would just want to quickly go over that, and then I'm just leave the questions for y'all. Whatever questions y'all got, whatever going on, just let me know. And then if you're on YouTube as well, if you're watching on YouTube. It's a slight delay on YouTube, but just let me know. Just write in the chat any questions you got, and then I'll run through it and rock out like that. All right, I'll rock out like that. So let me share my screen, and then we're gonna get into it. All right, so quick backstory why I did this in the first place. All right, so I really started trading in 2020. So that was, the whole bull crap, GameStop, AMC, all that foolishness. So I was trading that at first, and I was like, I bet, I could, I see folks coming up on GameStop, AMC, and all that. I can come up too. Psych, plot twist, ran off on my money on Robinhood, and that was my real money. And I explained that a little bit too with the prop firm and all that stuff. But I was putting in like $2,000, $3,000, and I was gambling with it, right? Not knowing what I was doing. You know, I heard about stocks like, okay, the basics, right? Buy at the lows, sell at the highs. All right, cool. I'm gonna just run that. Psych, got off, snatched 3 racks from me. 2020. I'm in college now, right? Barely got any money like that. I got my Fargo season money. That some of y'all know, the business I got going on. So I had that, but I was running through that. So I was like, bro, I can't trade no more. I'm done off of that, right? Came back last year, 2024. One of my boys was telling me, he was like, bro, hop on trading. Like, there's a group of us, hop on trading. He was telling me how much money he was making, trading. I was like, damn. But that was scarred. I was like, oh, I don't know about that. But he's like, bro, hop on it. You don't gotta use your real money. When he said that, and I explained that, you don't gotta use all your money, like your actual money up front. You can go with this prop firm. I was like, I bet I'm gonna run that. Anyway, so I got on. And so some of y'all know the story. Well, one of you guys know the story. First day I got on, ran up 40,000, bro. $40,000 the first day I got on. I thought it was sweet. But mind you, with a prop firm, and I'll explain again, with a prop firm, you got to go through a combine. So you got to go through a test first. They got to see if you're consistent. So there's a certain amount you got to make a day. But first day I ran up 40 racks. I'm like, oh, this is easy, bro. What? I'm about to run it up. Again, plot twist, right? After that day, I was hitting L after L after L after L. And so I had to like figure it out, right? I went on YouTube and I try to put the pieces together, like, okay, try to find different strategies. But people on YouTube, they give you the half of the story, or I try to find a course too. I was like, all right, let me get on a course. But you know what the course is? Yo, they charge your arm and a leg, $700, $800. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know you from a can of paint. You trying to charge me 800? How that work? You know what I mean? Or 700? How that work? I don't even know if you scam it, if you real like that. So I wish I had a person that I at least knew a little bit, right? I was doing it. I saw some consistency in him, and he just put me on game. Obviously, we ain't looking for handouts, but if someone could just like kind of just put on game, like what's going on, I wish I had that so I could save a lot of money that I lost, bro. I was blowing. I mean, it's a prop firm, right? And I'll explain what that is. But I was going before my first payout was in October. Mind you, I started in April 2024. My first payout ever from this prop firm was in October. Mind you, I was trading every day, 5 days a week. I traded every day. I was blowing accounts. I'll get it funded, blow it, get it funded again, blow it in another account, run through accounts. So I was what, $2,000, $3,000 down. But then my first payout covered all that, right? And that was just based off of me figuring out what was going on, this, that, and the third. Then after October, ran through a little drought again, but December I picked it back up, and now we're here. We're here right now, and all glory to God. I can't praise God for what He brought me through and how I'm here now. So to be able to do that. So I wanted to kind of give back in the sense of like, nah, if I got a game, I'm trying to give it back too. I ain't trying to be, because I know what it was like to sit back and watch, like, damn, how he did that, or how this and that work. Like, man, if I got free game, fam, I'm finna, man, here, take it. You understand? Because I want everybody to have the opportunity. So that's a little bit about the story, or the backstory, why I wanted to do this. Because again, I want everybody to have the opportunity. If you're interested in it, I want to be able to just give it out, right? And I'm gonna give out everything. I ain't gonna gatekeep. I ain't gonna do none of that. I'm gonna give out everything, strategy, all that. So that's a little bit about backstory. All right, so I'm gonna dive right into it. Top step now, prop firm. You guys heard me say it. So prop firm basically is, you guys probably heard of Robinhood, right? Robinhood, you trade your actual money, which is good, right? You can pull out the money whenever you want. It's the actual money you make. But if you're not comfortable trading your actual money, you can get with a prop firm. Now, what a prop firm does is basically you trade their money, right? But if we were a prop firm, let's say if we was giving out money to someone, right? And we would say, hey, I'm gonna pay you for doing whatever you're doing. You're not just gonna give them right away. You want to sit back and see, like, nah, bro, you're gonna run through this practice round first before I give you some money, and let me see at least if you consistent. Let me see at least if you even worth me giving you money. If you a one hit wonder and you just ran up a bag and now you take all my money. Now I need to see some consistency. So that's what prop firms do. They run you through a test, which is a combine account, and you got to hit a certain amount. I'm gonna just explain it briefly. I'm not gonna go too much in depth. If you ever get Top Step, they'll have a tutorial and instructions of what exactly was going on, and all the, consistency targets and all that in the third, drawdowns, max, loss limit, all that. So I'm gonna go through it a little bit, and then if you want it, you can watch the rest on Top Step. But basically, you have if you get a 50K account, there's different accounts: 50K, 100K, and 150. But if you get a 50K account, $49, that's the most common one. You just pay $49. After you pay 49, you got to go through a combine. Just make $3,000, but you can't make it in one day. You could break it up in 2 days, so 1,500 one day, 1,500 the next day. But you can't lose more than $2,000 in that account. All right. If you lose more than $2,000, you blow your account. You start back all over again. Pay another 49 and run the same thing. If you get it funded, you hit your 3,000. Okay. Once you get it funded, now what happens is that you just pay 149 one time payment, $149, and then you can make as much money as you want. But again, you can't lose more than 2,000. All right. If you get a payout, you just can't lose. You can't go back to $0. So your account can't go back to zero. If you make more than 2,000, your account can't go back below zero or at zero. All right. And then you just got to make $200 or more for 5 days, and then they give you a payout after your fifth day. All right, so that's a little bit about Top Step, and then we trade futures. I trade futures. Okay, so what futures is, specifically NQ, is basically you're predetermining, or the market or the traders are predetermining a future price of an entity or of an index. So NASDAQ is which I trade NQ. You have ES, which is S&Ps. You guys probably heard of that. But NASDAQ is a bunch of tech companies and a bunch of retail companies and that and a third. So basically, you're predetermining a price of what it's going to be in future dates, quote unquote, or hit on hit futures. All right, so that's exactly what that is. That's exactly what I trade on Top Step, and that's exactly what I trade as futures. Now, it can get very volatile. You guys can probably see on the side a little bit. It can move. We're in slow market right now, but it can move really, really fast, really, really fast. So it can get there, volatility wise. But I'm gonna dive right into the strategy now. Dive right into it. So the first thing I do, okay, when I get on, first thing I do is I go to the day chart, and I got this mapped out right now. I don't want you guys to pay too much attention to it right now, but I go on a day chart and I look at, all right, what have we been doing these past few days? All right, what have we been doing? Now we've been trending up. A bull, all right, a bull is a buyer. Okay, you guys probably seen that before. A bull is a buyer and a bear is a seller. Okay, so we've been in a bull market so far. So we've been in a buyer's market so far, right? How do I know that? We just been going up. right? Which has been going up. So I keep that in the back of my mind and like, okay, we've been in a buyer's market. I'm hinting more to being a buyer. I move to the hour chart now, okay? And I look at it, okay, what have we been doing in that hour, right? I zoom in a little bit, not in the hour, but each bar counts an hour. So you got, let me zoom in a little bit. You got, let me see, let me move this to the side a little bit so I can see. You got 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you get the point. So I look at major support and resistance. What I mean by that, right? Resistance. If you guys don't know what resistance is, anything that is going up and is resisting it from going up. Okay, if we're going up and there's a ceiling, that's resistance. All right. So I'll count this as resistance, right? Anything that we went up and we couldn't go up anymore, that's resistance. All right. Like this, that's resistance right here, resistance right here. Okay, support now. What do I mean by support? Anything that's going down, say you falling, right? You falling down, but something catches you. It's supporting you from falling, right? So anything where we get something like this, all right? Something like this, that's support, right? Support right here. Okay, support right here. All right, so I look for major support and resistance. All right, that's the first thing I do when I go to the day chart and after I go to the hour chart. Let me delete this a little bit. I like my chart clean. I don't like too much stuff going on. So I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. All right. I'm gonna clean this up, clean that up, clean that up, and clean that up. All right, the next thing I do after that, after I find a major support resistance area, depending on where we're trading at the moment, I go to this. This is one of the most important parts. All right. It's called Forex Factory. All right, Forex Factory. I look at the major news for the day. Now, news determine the market. Okay, news determine the market. Whatever going on, like for example, we've been going through the Iran and the I was gonna say damn Jewish Israel. We've been going through Iran and the Israel conflict and war that's going on. Okay, that matters. Okay, that matters a lot. So I look for stuff like that. I look for anything that we may be, any news that might come out. All right, if it's a red folder, it's the most important one, but you got to match it up with the currency. So you're looking at like USD. So let me back up. That's today. So look at yesterday. Yesterday we had USD federal funds rates, FOMC meetings, stuff like that. And I got a folder. I'll talk about that later. I got a folder exactly what everything means, news and stuff like that. But that's what I look at. All right. If it's around that time, I don't want to trade because it could get very volatile, just move up and down. Okay. I just don't want to trade at that time. All right. I just wait to see what it does, what news reads, what it prints out, and then I go off of whatever my strategy is. All right. So now we diving deep into the strategy. So those are the first things I do. I look at the day chart, may just see where we're going. If we're in a bull market, hour chart or the 30-minute chart, whichever one, look for major support and resistance area. And then I look at news. Once I got that all figured out, I map that out, I'm good to go. All right. So now the next thing I do is I dive into the 5-minute chart, which you get a real closer look. So each chart, as we get lower in time frame, is kind of like a zoomed in picture of what's going on, like a microscope, all right, of what's going on. So now say if we trade in, I got a mapped out one and I want to use this one as an example. All right, I'm gonna go back to June 12th. Can't prepare for y'all. I ain't just BS. Can't prepare. So we're gonna use this June 12th as an example. All right. Now, market opens up at 9:30, New York session. Okay, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, 8:30 Central, and you know the rest. All right, so 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and it closes at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. All right, so 9:30 to 4 o'clock, that's when the market opens. Okay. I don't like trading when the market opens at 9:30 because it could get very volatile. You can if you want. I just don't like trading. I like for it to settle in. So I trade at 10 o'clock. I let everything settle in and then I figure out what's going on. Okay. But my main strategy that I trade, and you can Google this to the ends of the earth. It's gonna say this. Everybody's gonna say the same thing. Trend is friend. Okay. Trend is your friend. If we're trending up, you go with trend. Don't try to go against trend. If you're trending up, go with trend. Now, there's certain circumstances you may go against it, okay, for another strategy. But the strategy that I like to use is trend is friend. All right. What do I mean by that? If we've been going up, I'm going to be a buyer. Okay. Point blank, period. If I see us going up, I see heavy green bars, right? I see bars like this, like this, like this, like this. Little red bars, little wicks, right? These are candles. So think of it like a wick, okay, like a wick and a candle. You know, the little black thing shows like them little wicks and stuff like that. That's what these are. These bottom lines right here. See little red bars, but heavy green bars. I'm a buyer. So I'm going to be a buyer as we go up. All right. So now that I know trend is friend, I also map out a volume profile. I'm gonna throw a lot of vocabulary at you guys. So if you're taking notes, I advise you take notes. If not, I'm gonna have this on stream and I'm gonna leave it up on YouTube. You can go back on YouTube and look at it. But I look at the volume profile. Okay, I map this out. I map it out from the last session before. So this was June 12th. I go to June 11th and I map out a volume profile. How do I find that? Just go through it briefly. Go to indicators, volume profile, any indicators you guys have. So whether it's Top Step, use Top Step, Trade of 8, anything, just go to indicators and volume profile. All right, nothing's gonna pop up, but then you go from 9:30, all right, from June 11th to 4 o'clock. Okay, just map out the whole session. What a volume profile shows you is the volume, exactly the volume, okay, that happened in the previous session, which was June 11th. Okay, so main important things in a volume profile is high volume nodes and low volume nodes. Okay, high volume nodes and low volume nodes. High volume nodes is things like this. Okay, you see how these volumes are like long. Okay, it sticks out. Pause. All right, but high volume nodes. All right, these are high volume nodes. Now, low volume nodes is the opposite. Right, short volumes. Okay, short volumes. All right, so those are main vocabulary words I want you guys to know. And you got point of control. Point of control is where the most trading happened at that session. Okay, so you got this red line, which means point of control. So at this area, okay, is where the most trading happened. Now, point of control can act as a magnet, it can act as support, or it can act as resistance. Okay, once we come up to that area, say we're down here and we come up to that area, it can act as resistance, it can act as a magnet. Price wants to go back to that, okay, or it can act as support. Say we're above here and we're coming back down here, we can possibly get into an entry at point of control. And I got live examples of that as well, and I'll explain that after. But what I look at is from low to high volume nodes. Okay, so I'm looking at or high to low. So from the transition, okay, of high volume nodes to low volume nodes. So from here to like right around here is a good entry point that I've noticed in the market for NQ. From high to low or from low to high. From here to here, as we transition from low to high or as we transition from high to low, those are good entry points that I noticed. And so I'll map out those entry points, those high to lows. I'll be like, all right, bet those 22,184s. I like that area. Okay. And it's all zones. Okay. It's not specific areas. I don't want you guys to be like, all right, I'm stuck on 22,184. That's my thing. Nah, that's my entry point. No, it's zones. So 2283, 2284, all the way up to 22,166. I like that zone. Anywhere in that zone, I'm comfortable with buying. I'm comfortable with an entry. Okay. Any entry that I'm looking for. All right. From low to high. Okay. I'm looking at possibly 22,114s or through 22,100s. All right. And I'm seeing the price right here on the side. All right. Right here on the side. 22,100s. Anywhere in that area, I'm looking for an entry. Those are just zones. Okay. It's not that specific price. I'm just looking for those zones. All right. So now we're going to the actual trading. So now say we're going up. It's 10 o'clock. All right. You can see the times at the bottom right down here. All right. It's 10 o'clock. Now we've been moving up. I'm looking for a pullback because, again, I'm a buyer. What's a pullback? Anything that's been going up, I'm just looking for it to go back down because, again, trading one-on-one, we want to buy at the lows, sell at the highs. All right, buy at the lows, sell at the highs. So I want to buy at the lowest point it can reach before going back up because I'm looking for this to continue going up, okay, because I'm a bull. I'm a buyer. All right, so say we only see this part. The rest hasn't printed out yet. Say this is the only thing we've been seeing at 9:55 on June 12th. Okay, I'm looking for a pullback. Now, what am I looking for? I'm looking for multiple things. Okay, I don't just match up. What I don't do is just go to my volume profile and I'm like, okay, I look at this area, I'm taking a trade. Nah, I don't do that. Okay, you got to match it up. And the best way I can put it is, you guys know I play football. Some of you guys play football in here as well, or any type of sport. If you're a cornerback, right, and you got leverage. Say the wide receiver is on the hash point. All right. He's got a bunch of sideline. He got a bunch of field. He's not close to sideline. He's on the hash. You're matching up. Okay, what route can he run? I know that he's on the hash. So he couldn't be running outside. I know he had a quick release, and I know his head's down the field. You match up those three things, all right, he's probably running a go route. All right, say you're a receiver. Okay, you got a corner. He's inside leverage or he's outside leverage. All right, he's head up. He's like 2 yards away, and he's not looking at you. He's looking at the quarterback. All right, he's probably running cover two. Okay, all because he's head up don't mean you just going to jump to conclusions like, nah, he's man. Now you got to look at different things. So this is exactly what, use that aspect and put it towards trading. All right, you got to match it up with different things. So all because it's at the volume profile, I like this. Remember, we want high to low. Okay, all because we're coming down to these highs and lows. I'm like, all right, I like these 22,000s, 55s, all the way to these 22,000s, 44s, right around there. All right, all because it's that. Nah, I can't just go based off of that. I'm also looking at, all right, bet we got some support right here from June 11th. Bunch of support right here. Remember, anything that went down, it stopped it from going down. All right, we got some support right there. I like that. We also got resistance. That's another thing I didn't say. Resistance act as supports. Resistance can be support and support can be resistance. Okay. So this was once resistance, slightly, right? We went up, it stopped it from going up. We paused. All right. And we went back up. Now we beat it. Now this resistance can be support. Okay. So we're reaching into the support level. I like this. Okay. We have some support right here. Okay, cool. I like that as well. That's another check mark. I got 2 check marks. What else? Low volume nodes. Okay, high to low. I do like that as well. And then my last check mark, which is the most important one. Okay, I go over to Trading View. Now, I wish Top Step had this, but it doesn't. Let me go over to damn June 12th. Give me a second, guys. I wish Top Step had this thing called volume footprint chart, but Top Step doesn't. Now, this volume footprint chart, all right, you got to get it on Trading View and you got to pay for it. All right, but it's 100% worth it. I got a premium account that I pay for. Let me move this right here. All right, I got a premium account that I pay for, and so it's 100% worth it. I mean, I can't complain about TradingView at all. I love this footprint chart, so I pay for this. But basically what a footprint chart is, let me get over to June 12th really fast. All right, let me show you right in our area, 10 o'clock. All right, right here, this is where we at. All right, so basically what a footprint chart does, all right, it shows you exactly what's happening in the bar, the volume that's happening in that exact bar. Okay, when we look over here, we don't see what's going on in the bar. All right, we don't see what's happening in this bar. All right, we don't know what's going on. All we just see is green. But in a footprint chart, you get to see exactly what's happening in that bar. Okay, and what happens is, I'm gonna go over this briefly, but the fight is diagonal. You got buyers and sellers, right? But the fight is diagonal. So 646 is going against 1,000. 1.02K, 1.31 is going against them, 1.29 is going against 0. Okay, and if you see these red bars or these green bars, that's a complete win for whoever side. So for this example, sellers won against this buyer in this area, right around these 21,865. All right, see the price right over here. Okay, and then you got delta. Now what delta is the subtraction between buyers, so this 1.8K minus 3.75K, and you get this amount. Okay, I know it sounds kind of confusing, but just stick with me. All right, 1.8K minus them, 3.75K, you got delta amount. All right, this is the amount of sellers that overtook buyers, the amount, the subtraction behind that. And then the total is, if you add these two numbers up, you get the total. Okay, but what I look at is I look at delta. Okay, if I'm a buyer and I know that we've been moving down, okay, for example, I see this delta right here. We just came off a negative 1.95K delta. I don't want to buy right here. That's a strong delta. I want to buy right there. Okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to stay patient to see a print of a candle with a strong delta, which means absorption, or a low delta, and we got a candle that looks like this. All right, I'm going to wait for something like that. So now we printed out this candle. So now imagine this. Okay, I'm going to print out the story for you guys. Say we've been selling down, right? Bunch of sellers came in here. We printed out negative 950 delta. That's heavy. Okay. We got a bunch of sellers that's been pushing this down, right? But we didn't get nowhere. What does that tell me? That tells me that buyers showed up in this area and we absorbed. Okay. If we print out a candle like this, heavy delta, I mean, we're supposed to be looking like maybe a candle like this, maybe, right? A full candle. But that's not even a full candle, fam. That's like a candle like this. And we printed out heavy delta, which means, and again, I did all my check marks, right? We go back to here. We had resistance that turned into support, low volume nodes, right? High to low. And we got support right here. And we printed out a delta that said this, negative 950. And we printed out a candle like this. I'm taking the trade. All right, I'm taking the trade. And then once I take the trade, I rise up. I either look for either these highs, right? The highs of the previous high, right? I either look for these highs or I look for a new high right around this area. I don't look for home run plays. I'm not a home run type of person. I used to be, and then it bit me in the ass a little bit. All right, but I'm not a home run type of person. I'm just looking for either 50 points, right? 30 to 50 points. So I'm looking for maybe I get into right here, maybe these 2237s, looking for 50 points. All right, cool. 2277. That's about 50 points. All right. And then that's it. That's $1,000 right there. And that's another thing I didn't say. NQ, each point is $20. What do I mean by point? All right. See how, look at this price over here. See this line? 22.35. If we go from 35 to 36, that's 1 point. 35 to 37 or 38, 37, let's just say 35 to 37, 2, 35 to 38, 3, and so on, so on. All right. So each point is $20, but it moves really fast. Okay. So 20, 35 to 38 or 39, let's just say 35 to 39. All right. What's that? 4 points. That's $60 right then and there, but it moves fast. All right. So now I'm looking for 35 to probably the 75s, right? Right at these highs. I like that. That's 50 points, 50 times 20. That's $1,000. Okay. And that's all I look for. I follow trend. And then I didn't add this as well. I go on my EMAs. I have an EMA indicator. What does EMA mean? EMA, it takes the average amount of whatever amount of EMA. So let's say, for example, let's say I got a 9 EMA and a 26 EMA. A 9 EMA goes over the 9 last periods of whatever time frame you're on. Okay, so say we're on a 5-minute chart. It goes to the last. So say we're trading at 9:30. Okay, say we're trading at 9:30. It goes from the last 9 periods of that. So the last 9 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It will average that price out, wherever that amount is, and it will draw a line to wherever it's at. Okay, that's the whole science behind it. And then 26, again, 26 EMA, last 26 periods. But it has different, it's not the same each time frame. Remember, last 9 periods of that time frame. So 15-minute might look a lot different too. Let me move over a little bit. 15-minute might be in a different area. Okay, 30-minute might be in a different area as well. All right, so it's just the last 9 periods of that time. All right, and then I also go off of the EMAs as well. Okay, I'm looking for stacked EMAs. What do I mean by that? I'm looking for price, orange, green. Price, say we trade here. Okay, as long as price is here, orange, green, I'm a buyer. Say if we're a seller, price, orange, green, I'm a seller. As long as we're stacked in that area, price, orange, green, then I'm rocking with whatever it is. So for this example, it's price, orange, green. I'm a buyer. As long as we get back around the 26 EMA, right around this area, right? That's another checkpoint. That's damn near 5 checkpoints. I mean, you get to 5 checkpoints, it's over with. Take the damn trade. You feel me? Even if you get to 4 out of 5, take the trade. Okay? Be confident in it. But you need checkpoints. You need check marks that's like, all right, I know that we got resistance that was support. We got low volume nodes. I mean, high to low. I like that. We have support right here. Delta also shows me negative 950. You got all that telling you. And I'm also going with trend, all right, because I'm a buyer. You got all that added up. Take the trade. Looking for about 50 points. Say we took the trade right here. 58s or 59s. I'm looking for about 50 points. Look at that. 108s, right? It's about the highs. Or say you're looking for 30 points. You want to say these highs, you just want to get back to these highs. All right, cool. You get to these highs or you get above, you're looking at $800 to $1,100. like that. All right, so that's a little bit about the strategy. I only wanted to go over about 20 minutes because I want to save the rest of the time for you guys. If you guys got any questions, I know I kind of ran through it fast, but if you guys got any questions on whatever it is, you can put it in the chat. If you're on YouTube, you can put it on YouTube as well. I got one question right here. How has trading been going? Thinking of trying to start it up. Trading's been going good. Trading's been going really, really good. I mean, I can't complain. Like I said, I don't know if you was here before, Plot X on YouTube. At first, trading was definitely, it was rough. All right, started off in April. I didn't get my first payout in October, and then after this, had a little drought in December. Came back in February. Was able to make, all glory to God, was able to make 24,000 that month. And then you take 50% off, so it's like 12,000. Had a little bit of drought in March, going on to April, and then May to now. It's been going, all glory to God. It's been going really, really good. So it's been going well. You guys probably see my practice account, and I'm gonna be full transparent with you guys, right? Full transparency. You take L's in this, right? Like anything you do, okay? You invest in yourself, you take L's. Invest in yourself, you take L's at first, but then after that, once you learn and once you start locking in, I mean, the rest starts to look good. Okay, and these past 2 weeks, I'll give you guys full transparency, full numbers, because I appreciate you guys coming on, and I don't want to gatekeep and sugarcoat with you guys. But the last 2 weeks, I made 11,000. Okay, these last 2 weeks. This week, I haven't traded this week. I've been trading on a practice account because we're in rollover week, and I don't like trading in rollover week. And that's a whole nother story for another time. But rollover week, you don't get your real volume, which goes against my strategy. So I got to go with a whole nother strategy. But 2 weeks before, made 11,000 in 2 weeks. All right, so it's doable. It's doable. And mind you, it comes from a person that I was freaking what? I had to learn for myself. I was down bad. I lost. I was losing money. I was just, man, I'm a regular, like I ain't one of the folks that went to class, got a degree in this, man. I ain't do none of that. I just had to lock in and learn. Had to lock in, invest in myself and learn. Put my head in the books, read some books, put my head in the charts, figure out what's going on. I learned it. Once I got a strategy that I was comfortable with, I wasn't greedy, wasn't trying to be greedy, wasn't trying to look for extra money and this and that. No, I trade my same strategy, discipline to that, and we're able to be where we're at right now. All glory to God. So trading's going good right now. I can't complain, and all glory to that. But if there's any questions you guys got, you guys are more than if you're happy to say it, you can say it. You can open up your mic, or you can say it in chat. All right, let's see. Got one question right here. Would you be able to record a video or multiple videos so we can go back and study the strategy as someone who doesn't trade? It's a lot to take in. Yes, and I wanted to say this at the end, but you brought it up, and I'm gonna say it right now. So I've been working behind the scenes. And I let me make sure there's not any other questions. All right, there's no more questions. All right, I've been working behind the scenes, okay? And I was thinking, remember I told you guys, I wish I had someone or go to someone that wasn't hitting me over the head with no bullcrap ass course. All right, excuse my French, excuse my language. No bullcrap course telling me pay $800, $700, $900 for no course, and you're not putting me on no real game. I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. So I was thinking like, damn, how can I like be able to give back? Because I knew this wasn't going to be enough. So I was like, damn, how can I be able to give back where people can invest in themselves and be able to, have strategies where people can learn and go back to. And so I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I want to put together files and a course and put together something for people so where they can able to go back and it's theirs for them to have. So what I did was I made this course for y'all. Okay. Called it Fargo Trades. I could probably come up with a different name, but you get the point. All right. But I made this course right here, and I got everything here for you guys. Exactly what I just said. I got strategy videos. Okay, trend is friend. Be a closer target. But a lot clear. I'm going over everything. Price, step trade like that. But what same thing I just said. I got different strategies in here. You want to go with a retest strategy. Okay. I explain what that is. So you're doing that as well. But all right. Originally took, and then I got vocabulary in here as well. Okay, you want some vocabulary? I got Ivy balance, footprint chart, EMAs, 3-bar reversal. What I want to talk about in here, 3-bar reversal. I got over tutorial videos, all that. And then I also got chart patterns for you guys. So this is a PowerPoint. It's gonna pull up right now. Give me a second. Where it goes over every chart pattern. Okay. So you got double tops, and these patterns show up throughout trading. Okay. And if you're able to see it before it happens, you're able to, get in earlier and have a nice low reward. So I got different patterns in here: double top, double bottoms, ascending triangles. I got that 3-bar reversal explaining what it is. Head and shoulders, where you guys are able to see that. And then, best part about it, it's the most important part, I got live trading examples. All right, so I'm not bull crapping people where people, some people be like, all right, trade the trend is friend. And I'd be like, man, let me see you do it though. You talking, oh, trend is friend. You showing me the strategy and ain't nothing really happening. Nah, let me see you do it. Okay, you want to see it? I was looking at again. We saw real live examples of me going through the actual strategy. Making a new high. All right, then I also got the retest strategy, momentum trades. Okay, real live examples of me taking a momentum trade. Okay, and real accounts. Confident trades, all that. All right, so I got that for you guys. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Just DM me if you're interested in that. And then also what I'm doing, because you guys joined me, I'm cutting it in half for you guys. For what I'm about. I haven't put it out yet. Y'all the first to see it. Okay, y'all the first people to see it. So I appreciate y'all pulling up. You understand? I appreciate y'all pulling up. But y'all the first to see it. So I haven't put it out yet. And I want to be able to roll it out the best way and have it be accessible to everyone that wants to, invest in trading. So I haven't put it out yet, but I'm gonna cut it in half for y'all because y'all pulled up on me. And YouTube. If y'all on YouTube, just hit me up on Instagram. We'll go over the details of all that. And if you want to trade live with me, okay, if you want to trade live with me in real time, I got people that actually trade live with me. Hit me up on that as well. We'll go over the details on that, whatever the case may be. But yes, to answer your question, I do have that available for you guys, where I have videos where you can go over that and look over that and take notes. All right. See. When you trade with the trend, how far back are you looking and what time frame are you looking at? What time frame are you looking at the trend on? Came in late. Nah, all good, bro. Ain't no worries. Or if you're a girl, all good. So when I trade trend as friend, okay, the first thing I look at, again, I go to my hour chart and I kind of see what are we trading at the moment. Or I go on a 30-minute chart, okay? And I see how we've been trading. All right. Again, the higher the chart frame, the more powerful the trading is. Okay, so if you see, oh, look at this. First of all, look at this damn double top right here. I mean, double bottom. All right, if you was able to see this double bottom, kind of make this W shape, you're able to know, okay, we could possibly going up. All right, but that's another story. But basically, I go on my 30-minute chart and I kind of see, okay, how we've been trading. All right, if I see a nice trend up, I know I'm a bull. I know I'm going with trend. I go to my 5-minute chart and I also confirm that as well. All right, if I see that we're growing legs, what do I mean by growing legs, right? Buyers, write this down. If you're taking notes, please write this down because this is one of the most important things. Buyers take the staircase up, sellers take the elevator down. Okay, buyers take the staircase up, sellers take the elevator down. What do I mean by staircase? Don't this look like a staircase right here? You went up, got a staircase right here. We went up. Okay, pull back, staircase. Went up. All right, that looked like a staircase. Okay, that's what buyers like to do. They like to take the staircase up. Now, sellers, on the other hand, look at this one right here. Any staircase on this side? Hell no. We just been straight down. They like to take the elevator down. Okay, so if I see something like this, we're growing legs, right? Which means a staircase. Then I know we're in a bull market and I'm a buyer. Okay, so if I see that on the 30-minute chart and the 5-minute chart, I know I'm a buyer. Now, when it comes to how far I wait for it to go down, I go through my check marks. Okay, I go through my volume profile. Now, if you don't have a volume profile, you don't want to trade with that, that's fine. You don't have to. Okay, that's just what I like to trade with, just to get better, a more precise entry. Okay, I go from high to low volume nodes. Okay, that's a checkpoint. I also go to my left and look to see if there's any support in that area. All right, if I look here and I'm looking for us pulling back, All right, let me go to my left. Let me see what we have. We got support in this area. This zone right here. Okay, this zone. So from the 57s all the way down to the 43s, anywhere in that zone. Okay, cool. I got support right there. I like that. That's a check mark. This was once, remember, resistance turns into support. Can be support. Okay. We have resistance in this area right here. Okay, right at these 55. That's another check mark. And then we're falling into this support area as well. Okay, that's another check mark. Then I go to my EMA and we're getting closer to 26 EMA. Okay, which is also, I want to be closer to this area as possible when I'm going with trend. All right, for a pullback. So I got all three of those check marks. All right, and I'm not including my volume profile. Okay, but if you don't want to trade volume, all right, you're not a volume trader, that's fine. You don't have to. If you don't want to use volume profile or volume footprint chart, you can use the EMAs and then use support areas. Okay, I got support to the left right here. I got resistance right here that can turn to support. I got support right here. We're pulling back down to this area. We're getting closer to 26 EMA. I like it. I'm taking the trade. I'm confident. Okay, and that's the most important part with this. You got to be able to press the button. Okay, you can have all the strategies in the world. You can have all this. Yeah, I got this. I got that. Man. If you ain't pressing this button to the side, I don't give a damn what you talking about. Okay, I don't care what you. If you ain't gonna press a button right here, I can care less what you say. Okay, you got to be able to press the button. Once you press the button, you're confident in it. You manage your risk on that sense, and then you go from there. All right, so that's how far I wait for it to pull back. I look for my check marks. I see that we've been trending up. Once I see that, go through my support and resistance areas, take the trade, look for new highs, either new highs or retesting these highs right over here. All right, so either come back to these highs as an exit or look for new highs. All right, and then as I go up, I manage my risk. I'll show you guys an example. I'm on a practice account, just making sure. This is where I manage my risk for you guys. All right, say I'm a buyer right here, right?
Order filled.
Order fill. All right, I already got brackets set up. Remember, I got it in point systems. You guys will probably see dollar amounts. Okay, 25 points is $500, $1,000. All right. But say we've been going up, the way I'll manage my risk, okay, I'll move my risk as we go up. All right. Say we're up here. Okay, let me get into another. We get into three more so I can show you guys a better example. Let's see if we move up. All right, so say we're going up now. All right, as we go up, I'm managing my risk as we go up. All right, so say we get below these, say we get above these highs right here. Okay, we get above these highs right in this area. I'm going to manage my risk as we go up. Okay, manage my risk as we go up. So that's how I manage my risk. If I get here, above here, move my stop to break even, and now it's either I scratch, get $0, or I make however I want. All right, and then I adjust my take profit on wherever I want it to be at. So that's how I manage my risk in that sense. And then I got a bunch of videos of me scaling out. What I mean by scaling out, if we get above here, I'll get out of 2. All right, let's just say, for example, we're in slow markets right now, so it's not going to move a lot. Say, for example, I like that.
Order filled.
Got out of 2. I just took in $16. Move my stop a little bit. All right, get above another high. I get out of another one. Say I get out of another one now.
Order filled.
All right, got out of 1. Now I'm at $25. Then I manage my risk as we go from there. So that's a little bit about that.
Order filled.
Let's see. Yo, what's good, fam? So I work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and currently studying for IT. How much time would I need to put in to study this on the side and see some results? Yeah, that's a really good question, Nathan. It's on your time, bro. It really is on your time. I would say, again, you hear the saying, you got your 9 to 5 and then you got your 5 to 9, right? So you got your 9 to 5, your job. And then after, man, I would hit the charts, bro. I'll hit the charts. A lot of this stuff is screen time. So the more time you get to see this type of, it's the same patterns that happen every single day, bro. Staircase up, right? Staircase up, elevator down, right? Same freaking patterns you see every day. So the more you can see it and the more you can be able to see, okay, what's going on, the more you're able to, study and get more under your belt so where you're able to be confident in it. But then again, if you work from 6 a.m., 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., right? And you're studying, on the time you have off, man, hit the charts. If you don't like have something like the course that I'm able to provide, go on YouTube, look up videos, and do a bunch of that stuff and take notes, right? Take notes. And then the best thing about Top Step, you got practice accounts. Okay, so when you get an actual account, you're able to go on a practice account, and you say you want to be a buyer here. Say we're looking at like my course, right? You're looking at the course, and you see me do a momentum trade. This could possibly be a momentum trade, right? Test it out on a
Order
practice account. I bet I'm a momentum trade right now. I'm looking for new highs above here, and let's see if it plays out. All right, I'm actually gonna keep this trade on. We're gonna see if it plays out. All right, and we're gonna see if it hits my stop. Now, obviously, we're in slow markets, so it's gonna take a little slower. But again, during these moments, see if this stuff, works. See if it plays out. Okay, go on a practice account, see every strategy you have work, and take notes on that. Where you got in your entry, what happened, what's going on, did it work, did it not work, and if it worked or not, then you're able to take the notes and you're able to adjust from there. Okay, but a lot of stuff is trial and error. So again, to answer your question, whenever you have downtime, take care of what you need to take care of. But once you have downtime, if you got practice accounts, or even if you just wanted to watch the market happen, right? You just want to see like anything, you go on any account or whatever the case may be, and you want to see the market just trade. And mentally, you're placing trades. Like, all right, I'm looking for a buy here. Write it down. All right, I'm looking for a buy at this area. See if it plays out. If it plays out, all right, successful trade. Go on to the next thing. Supporting resistance area. All right, this is support. This is what I'm thinking. Mentally trade. Once you feel comfortable, you get an account, practice, and then you move forward from there. So again, on your downtime, look for times when you're able to, get your head in the charts and kind of see, okay, I'm gonna practice, and then like anything, once you practice, you're able to see results. All right. Someone said, what's your IG on Instagram? My IG on Instagram is Trisket Fargo. All right, Trisket Fargo. Trisket Fargo. Trisket Fargo. All right. We got 21 people on YouTube. I appreciate all 21 of you guys. If you guys came in late, again, I explained a little bit about it. I'm going to leave the stream on YouTube. All right, I'm going to just leave it there for you guys to go back. That's another thing. Look at that. I'm going to leave the stream on YouTube, and y'all can go back and watch it. Go back and watch it, and I ain't going to be one of them folks that like, nah, I got to take the stream off. People ain't going to have the information. Nah, hell nah, man. Take it. Take it. Take all of it. All right, so I'm going to leave the stream on YouTube. You guys can go back and watch it as well. And then again, I haven't showcased it yet. But I built a course for you guys. All right, I'm cutting it in half for everybody that's here on YouTube and on stream. Just hit me up on DMs and we'll go over that. I'll send that over to y'all. But I'm cutting it in half for y'all. Cutting a price in half for y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just tell you the price for y'all. It's gonna be $50 for y'all. Y'all have it. Take it. $50. Cutting it in half. All right. $50 for you guys. It will be completely yours. You can go over it. You can look back on it. I got live trading videos, live examples, videos, real videos. I got chart patterns. I went back a little bit too far. I got chart patterns. Oh, here's another one. I got day trading news info. Folks is not giving this out. Okay. Exactly what news is was going on. Look, we've been in war right now, right? Look at this. Where the hell the war at? Let me see if I can find the war. Where the war at? I got to think. Okay. Political events, wars. Bullish, remember? Bulls is buying. If it's de-escalating or resolution of tension, like we're resolving tension, then we can be buying up. What we've been seeing now, right? It's unexpected escalation, cyber attack, sanctions. We got Iran bombing, Israel bombing. We don't know what's going on. Unexpected, right? Uncertainty. I'm going to be looking for pullbacks. I'm going to be looking for selling. Okay, because that's what we've been going on. So I got this stuff as well in here where you guys are able to look at news, whatever news happened, and then put, whatever's going on based on what's happening and put your analysis and information on it. So again, if you guys want that type of stuff, just hit me up. It's about to hit my stop right now. But if you want that type of stuff, hit me up through Instagram. Let me know, and I'll share that with you guys. All right. So like this trade lost $500 because I got into 2 contracts. Remember, 40. Each point is $20. So 20 times 2, that's 40. Lost $500. But examples like that, if you look for momentum trade, okay, that didn't work, took my L. That's on a practice account too. You're able to have those type of things. You're able to put data together. Okay, momentum trade didn't work. Why it didn't work? We got resistance right here. I bet I'm not going to do that next time. I'm going to write down that information and then keep that in the back of my head. All right. Anything else? What time is it? You got 10 minutes. Let me know if there's anything else. Let's see. We got a chat. When will be available for sale? It's available right now for y'all, man. It's available right now. Just hit me up on Instagram, and then I'll shoot that over to y'all on WeTransfer, and then run it from there. Okay, so it's available right now for y'all. Again, I haven't put it out yet. Okay, I've been on hush because I want the right, be able to put it out the right way. So it's available for everyone the best way possible. But for you guys, man, just hit me up on Instagram, bro. I appreciate y'all taking the time out of y'all day to, come here and join me and hear me yap and talk about this stuff. So just hit me up when we done here, and then I'll shoot it over to y'all. Again, if you got any thing on YouTube, let me know as well. It's a little delay on YouTube, so let me know if you got any questions on YouTube as well. If you got any more questions, let me know. If not, then all is well. But I'm gonna stay on till 8 no matter what. And then go from here. I'll probably do some live trading with y'all as well. Actually, how I actually trade. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that right now. If you got any questions, just shoot it anyway. What we got? My nephew from Jamaica want to get into it. He should be able to do it from over there as well. Yeah, you can do it. So for Top Step, you can do it across. You can do it across the world and internationally. All right, wherever you at, you can do it. Again, you just gotta make sure the timing's right. I think Jamaica's an hour back, I want to say. So the market for him will open up at 8:30, and then it'll close at 3:30 or 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Yeah, it'll close at 3 o'clock. So 8:30, 3 o'clock will be his time. So yeah, he'll be able to do it over there as well. As long as he got, Wi-Fi is important as well. You got Wi-Fi, internet, and then you good from there, bro. You can just rock out. Just rock out. All right, so I'm gonna trade my actual strategy. Trend is friend. I'm on trend is friend right now. Okay? I'm on trend is friend. Let me do a low value. Let me say this before. If any of y'all trading, this is not financial advice. Okay? Do not do what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not saying buy here. If you want to take the trade, you can take the trade if you're actually trading right now, but this is not financial advice. All right, anybody on YouTube as well. It's not financial advice. Okay. All right. Let me print out a volume. I'm gonna do this in the next 5 minutes. Let me do a volume profile. Talk about a volume profile. I go from when the market opened. Today was June 19th, right? 9:30. I'll go to 9:30, and it closed at about was that 9:30 or was that 9:30 p.m.? That was 9:30 p.m. My fault. The market closed a little bit early today because of Juneteenth. So I'm gonna just draw this out really fast. 9:30, where 9:30 at? I think it was from 9:30 to 11:30 or 12:30. Yep. 9:30 to 12:30. All right, so we're above that profile. So now, if we're above this profile, I'm looking for the next profile. It's trading in. So the next profile is trading in is right here. Okay, this profile in June 18th. Let me look at, and then we got another profile right here. All right, in June 13th. Okay. Okay, bet. I'm just going over my thing. We got support right here. All right, we got support right here. I like that. Point of controls right here. I like that as well. My 5-minute chart. Put right here. Let me see what volume's saying. Okay, cool. Make sure we're above all the EMAs. Crossed over. I love that. See this cross? I love that. We're above VWAP. VWAP is volume weighted average price. Very important. We're above VWAP. Hour. Okay, cool. I like that. Oh, it's the only thing in the hour chart though. It's not orange, green. It's green, orange. So that's it makes me a little hesitant. Okay, but in a 30-minute chart, we got stacked. 15-minute chart, we got stacked. 5-minute chart, we got stacked. I bet I'm gonna be a buy right here. Because we're not moving too fast. 21 points. I'm gonna get into one. See if we're able to get into one. Because I like this area. I truly do like this area too. Support right here.
Order filled.
Okay. We got support right here. And then on my volume profile, high to low. All right, we're in a low volume node area. I mean, right here, high to low. And then we got point of control on June 12th in the 30-minute chart. Then we got high volume profile right here, and we got a bunch of support in this area. So I truly do like this area. Again, it may not work all the time, but let's see if it works. I'll probably get into one more. I'm gonna have my stop right below here, right below VWAP. Probably get into one more, and then I'm gonna have my take profit right above these highs. Look at my 1-minute chart to see what's going on as well. Okay, I like this. Yep, I like this. Let me see if I can get in one more. If I can't get in one more, that's fine. I'll let this rock out. But we're in slow market, so it's gonna move really, really slow. Again, guys, if you guys got any questions, just put it in the chat. Let me know. All right, let's see what we do. Again, I adjust my stop as we move. This might move really slow. And then also a reason why I chose 21 points, because I got my average true range, right? You go to indicators, you put in average true range, and it'll show you the average amount of points we've been trading in every 5 minutes. Okay, so we've been trading 20 points below here. We've been trading 20 points on average, all right, every 5 minutes. So let's see if this trade works out. I'll probably stick to one contract, to be honest. In your experience, is it okay to trade NQ at this time? I have zero experience with futures, and as I have always traded Forex, that's why I'm asking. No, I do not advise. The only reason why I'm trading here is because I'm talking about my strategy, but I don't advise trading at this time as a new experienced trader. Actually, let me backtrack. I don't, now listen to my words, okay? I don't advise trading at this time, right now, this week, okay, as a new experienced trader. What do I mean by that? We're in rollover week, okay? Rollover week is basically when contracts expire, big traders get into new contracts, okay? That's a whole nother thing. And again, in my documents, I got what rollover week means. But also, if you look at the DOM chart, depth of market, okay, these are all the buyers and sellers that's in here. Look at these gaps. See these gaps? Okay, gaps right here. All right, to my right. Gaps right here, gaps right here. Okay. I don't advise trading this because we have a bunch of gaps and it's low liquidity. Okay. Whenever we have low liquidity, we can get a lot of slippage. I mean, we can move really, really fast. I don't advise trading during this week. Okay. When we have gaps like this. Now, as a new trader, okay, I do advise trading during these slow hours. Now, the times I advise is from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And then if you do midnight, okay, you can do, what is it? 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. So 7 to 9, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Okay. The reason why I advise that if you're a new trader is because it doesn't move really fast. Okay. And you're able to process things as it's going. Okay. It doesn't move really fast. Use the same strategy. All right. But you're able to process what's going on and you might not lose that much money as well. Okay. I'm gonna get into one more.
Order filled.
You might not lose that much money as well. Okay. So I advise trading at night if you are a new trader because it moves really slow. You're able to process what's going on. But during this week, during rollover week, do not trade at night because a lot of foolishness happens. Okay, so that's to answer your question. How can we get your really nice video tutorials? Hit me up on Instagram. Okay, my Instagram is Trisket Fargo. Hit me up on Instagram, and then I'll shoot it over to y'all. All right, just let me know. Again, I'm giving it to y'all half amount, $50. I'm not the type of person that's gonna hit folks over the head because that's bull crap. Right? I want to make sure everybody has the opportunity as well. So I'm giving it to y'all for 50. Just hit me up on Instagram on the DMs and I'll shoot it over to y'all. How can I open a futures account? All right, this is how you open it. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me see what this trade doing. Even though I'm in a practice account, I take my trade real serious. I'll move my stop up a little bit. So this is how you open up a futures account. All right, go to another top step. Okay, go to top step. Go to this right here, top step. Elevate your futures. Go right here. Then you'll go to sign up. There should be a sign up button. Sign up now. All right. You got to sign up now. Or you go to earn funding. Okay, press select. It'll be $49 for 50K. And the top step will go over the tutorials of what that means. Let's confirm you're a human. I'm a human, bro. Like, come on with the nonsense, fam. All right, then it should be a sign up area. All right, there you go. Get started now. Put your first name, last name, email address, username, all that in there. All right, so that's how you're able to do that. Let's see what this trade doing. We're looking good. All right, please, bro, we need to know. You don't got to tell us you're a beginner trying to teach beginners. All right, do you do Forex? No, I don't do Forex. I do not trade Forex. I do not like trading Forex. And that's just I got nothing against Forex. Any Forex traders out there, shout out to y'all. I'm just not comfortable trading Forex. It's just not for me. I like trading futures, so that's what I do. I trade futures. All right. I don't know if there's any other questions. We're about to close out in a little bit. I'm gonna do about 5 to 10 more minutes. I got the stream open to 15 minutes over. So I'm gonna do 5 to 10 more minutes, and then we'll go from there. We could watch this trade play out. Let's see if it actually works. I'll probably get out of one around these highs at 902. So this is how I scale out. I'm gonna show you guys how I scale out. I'll get out of one. If we get to those 902s, I'll get out of one and then move my stop. If there's any more questions, you guys got any more questions on Zoom, let me know. If you got any more questions on YouTube, let me know as well. Let's see if this trade plays out. Let me see if there's anything else I didn't go over. One of a point system. I trade in points. I don't trade dollar amounts. I trade points. So I went over that. And then this is what I do as well. I'll bounce over to smaller time frames. All right. So I see what we're doing on the smaller time frame, and then I see what we're doing on the 5-minute. Okay. If I like what we're doing on a smaller time frame, then I feel confident about it. If I don't like what we're doing, then I'll get out the trade. For this example, okay, what I don't like is that we've been doing this. Okay, I don't like that. Because this is, now again, guys, this is something I have on my videos, but this could possibly be a descending triangle. Okay, possibly. Okay, and I'm not a fan of that. So I want to see how we react in these areas. Do we push up more? See those 902s, those test those highs again? Or do we start coming down? If we start coming down and retesting these lows, I'll probably get out this trade. How do you add a stop loss? Good question. Great question. Great question. All right, so this is how you add a stop loss. Say if I don't have these right here. I already have automatically my brackets, but the way you add a stop loss, you click on this, okay? Click on this, and then drag it down. and then you set your stop loss. How you got to take profit, click on your entry, drag it up, and now you have a take profit. All right, so that's how you're able to have a take stop loss and a take profit. See if the trade works out. Again, this is not financial advice. Okay, not financial advice. Take this trade at your own risk. But what I don't like is that we rejected like that. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. All right, if I look at volume, I see what volume is doing. Let's see if we actually push up and get to these highs. If we get to these 900s, let me move my stop up. If we get to these 900s, I'll get out of one. Oh, there we go. Nice little push up. That's what I like. But we rejected back down a little bit. See, that's what I'm talking about right here. I want to see this broken. I want to see this broken. Okay, if we are able to break this, I feel a lot better about this trade. But if we're not able to break it, then I'm gonna cut this trade. So those are the things I'm thinking about in my head. So I'm walking through a real life example of what I'll think about in my head. I want to see this pattern get broken. We've been trending down a little bit on this pattern. If I go to my 1 minute chart, saying the same thing, right? We've been trending down a little bit on this pattern. I want to see this pattern broken. Okay, I don't like that we've been rejecting at that level, because what we might do is start seeing these lows. Okay. And because I don't like that, what I'm gonna do is cut my losses.
Order filled.
Cut your losses so you are not having so much of a bigger loss. Okay. And then you take that down. You take that note down. Okay. That didn't work. Take my notes down. Why that didn't work, and vice versa. Okay. So that's how you're able to manage the risk too, where you're not losing a lot. How do you take take profit and keep a runner? Let's see if I'm able to do it right now. I'm gonna show you an example of that. Got a couple more minutes.
Order filled.
So we say we get in here. That's another thing, right? I got into there, but that wasn't my exact entry during night trades. So let's see if I'm able to show you an example. So the way you take profit, say you're looking for it to get back to 87, right? All you got to do is you can either press sell market or join ask. All right, and it will take a contract off. So let's see if we can get there. All right, sell market.
Order filled.
Now you keep a runner. All right. So just make sure right here is saying 1. Okay, make sure it's saying 1 right here. You're able to keep a runner like that. So that's how you're able to do that. Got 3 more minutes in here. Again, if you guys got any questions, let me know. But again, that was a live trade, right? I wanted to see us get above those highs. We didn't get there. And that's fine. Say if I wanted to get in another entry, I still like this area. Still like this area. Right? I still like this area. Say if this is an entry I want, we manage it like that. Okay, this is still a great area for me. Why? Because buyers like to take the what? Staircase up. I am predetermining, okay, that this can be a staircase. And we start making our way up. Okay, that's what I'm predetermining. So it's still not a bad area. That's a little bit of how you're able to manage it. 4 more minutes in here, or 3 more minutes, or really 2. But let's see if this won't work out. Let's see if this won't work out. I'm looking for these highs. I'm looking for 903. See if we're able to get it. Thanks for the help and knowledge. No problem, man. No problem. No problem. No problem. And again, hit me up on Instagram. Everybody on YouTube, hit me up on Instagram. Like how we've been moving up. That looks good. So now we're right here. Oh, damn it. I wanted to show you guys an example. Since we were right there and we were testing those highs, we were right next to those. Look how fast we shoot up during these moments, right? That's why rollover week can get really, really tricky during these times. All right, but I still see how I still love this area. I mean, even though I use it as an example, but I still like this area. This area was still looking nice. Okay, because I'm looking for this to be another staircase. But again, as we test those highs, I'll move my stop and the break even. And now it's either we hit the take profit or we come back and we scratch. So that's how I'm able to manage my risk. So I'm not losing a bunch of money. I'm able to manage it as we're moving up. I'm trailing my stop as we're moving up. All right. But again, hit me up on Instagram. Again, for the course as well. I'm breaking it in half for you guys. I'm just doing $50 for y'all, even. All right. Hit me up on Instagram. If you want that, I'll just shoot that over to y'all. If you want to trade live with me, okay, if you want to trade live with me in real-time markets, hit me up on that as well, and I'll explain the details on that. And then, yeah, I appreciate y'all taking the time out y'all day, rocking out with me. Again, I just wanted to give knowledge and not gatekeep like what some people do, right? I just wanted to be able to share this with y'all. If you guys are truly interested in this, be able to give back some knowledge. So I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna call it from here. If you got any last questions, shoot it to me. Or if anything, hit me up on Instagram and then we'll rock out from there. I appreciate everybody on YouTube, all 21 of you guys. I appreciate that. Are you funded? Yes, I am funded. I got 2 accounts right here. I already locked myself out because again, I don't like trading during rollover week. So I locked myself out for the week. We'll be back next week. All right. But yeah, holla at me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. You shoot me an email, whatever the case may be. Just let me know. All right, but I appreciate everybody here on Zoom. Appreciate y'all, Nathan. Thanks for sure on here. Appreciate you, Steven. Appreciate you pulling up, and then I appreciate everyone on YouTube as well. All right, but one love, one peace, one prosperity. Hit me up on Instagram, and then we rock out from there. Appreciate y'all.
Love, brother. Peace.
Love, bro. Love.
Love, bro.
Love, bro.